Spoilers for chapter 1081 of the One Piece manga. If you're not caught up, feel free to keep scrolling. The last chapter ended with Garp using Galaxy Impact, and this chapter picks up right after that. Like, literally right after that. Garp is now falling towards the ground. As Garp lands on the ground, he states that he's lost his touch, which freaks out the pirates, and they're like, wait, you wanted to do more damage? I'm guessing he was disappointed that even some of the buildings were left standing. Then we get the reunion between Kobe and the people who came to save him, but it is interrupted by the official 10th Titanic captain, Aokiji. This leads into a flashback of how Aokiji was actually recruited by the Blackbeard pirates, as well as a little bit more hinting about the man marked by flames. And interestingly enough, like, a lot of people were thinking Aokiji probably weaseled his way into Blackbeard's crew, but no, he was openly invited. And it seems like Aokiji might not be a member of SWORD. He seems to be genuinely disillusioned with the Marines. Garp snaps us out of the flashback by addressing Aokiji and saying, you need to do 3 things. First of all, you need to unfreeze Hibari, which happened a little bit early in the chapter. I kind of breezed past it. Second, you need to free Kobe. And third, you need to put your uniform back on. So Garp has not accepted that Aokiji has left. Aokiji responds by refusing to do anything Garp has said and freezing him solid using a move called Ice Ball. Then he asks Garp, your number 1 protege, meaning Aokiji, versus your new favorite, Kobe. Will you kill one to save the other? Garp, without hesitation, breaks himself out of the ice ball, calls out Kuzan saying only weaklings lose their way, and then uses a named attack, Blue Hole, punching him through the ground. Unfortunately, that's the only part of the fight on Hachinosu that we get to see. Fortunately, though, we do get to check back in on Blackbeard versus Law. Or I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate. As we cut back to this fight, we see that just like Kid's crew, Law's ship is sinking to the bottom of the ocean. The majority of Law's crew is nowhere to be seen. However, Law, as well as Bepo, are just laid out flat. In a tiny panel, you can see Bepo recalling Chopper's words. Chopper tells him, I can't guarantee this will work, and we see Bepo eating something. You can probably infer it's a rumble ball. Now then, Blackbeard is pondering what he should do with the op-op fruit. He says, should we steal it? Should we sell it? Or what do you think about making me immortal, Law? Then, from the background, comes Bepo in his Sulong form. He slashes at the Blackbeard pirates to get them to get their hands off of Law, grabs him, and runs. Or I should say, swims. There's really not much more that Bepo can do right now except for to get himself and Law away from Blackbeard and off of this island. Law protests this and he's like, we gotta at least go back and save our crew. And Beppo's like, no, this is not going to defeat us. Right now, the most important thing is that you don't die, Captain. And then the narrator comes in and he says, on this day, the Heart Pirates, led by Trafalgar Law, were soundly defeated. There were a few things that really stood out to me right at the end of this chapter. The first is that we now know that rumble balls work on minks. So I'm interested to see if there's a connection between minks and Zoan devil fruits. Like if the Sulong form maybe affects their body in the same way that a Zoan transformation does. But also that the wording of the narrator was different here from what happened with Kid. I wonder if that means anything.